So, welcome to all the BSc first year students, semester second. Title of the paper is Bryophyte and Pteridophytes. The syllabus of Bryophyte already we have completed. In the last class, we have seen what are the pteridophytes. We have discussed regarding what are the pteridophytes. So, they are commonly known as the first vascular plants on lands. First vascular plants on land. So, Pteridophyta, it is one of the important group of plant kingdom. Most of the species of Pteridophyta are terrestrial one, whose plant body is distinctly differentiated into root, stem, and leaf-like structures. They are having a true roots, stem, and leaves. Therefore, they are advanced. This is one of the most advanced group of plant in a plant kingdom. While discussing the syllabus, there are first we have seen that is the general characteristics and classification of Pteridophyta. So these things are not very important, but the important aspect of this bit is whatever the examples they have mentioned for your syllabus. There are about 5 examples they have mentioned for your syllabus. That is Xylotum, Lycopodium, Selaginella, Equisetum, and Marsilea. So these are the 5 examples. You have to study the life cycle of each examples. Already I have told that life cycle means you have to discuss systematic position, then occurrence, then thallus structure or plant body structure, that is external, internal, and reproduction. So these are the things comes under life cycle of that particular example. So one by one you have to be discussed regarding the life cycle of Xylotum, Lycopodium, Selaginella, Equisetum, and Marsilea. Today we are going to be dealing about what is the systematic position or classification of Xylotum. Here the P is silent, P-S-I-L-O-T-U-M, Xylotum. While discussing the systematic position and classification, division, Pteridophyta, there are various scientists who have been given their own systematic position regarding each example of Pteridophyta or whatever the systematic position or classification given by a different scientist. So one of the most important one is, which was given by Smith one, division Pteridophyta, class Xylotopsida, order Xyloteles, family Xylotaceae, and genus Xylotum. The family Xylotaceae consists of only 2 genera, only 2 species of, it belongs to the family Xylotaceae. There are 2 species, only 2 species are there. So these 2 species occurs in eastern and western hemispheres. They are generally prefers to grow. There are some of the species of Xylotums occur in some parts of the Australia, and there are some parts of the America. There are some species also found in India. So while discussing there are some species, there are certain parts of the plant body of Xylotum is also found in fossil forms. So this is one of the most, there are some of the species of pteridophytes they are not existed on earth, but they are found in fossil forms. For example, Rhynia guianea vagania is one of the most important genus, a primitive genus of the Pteridophyta, which is found in fossil forms only, but in a living condition, the primitive genus of the Pteridophyta is Xylotum. There was a consideration that it is evolved from fern, but there is a different debates regarding the evolution of Xylophyta. So while studying the plant body of Xylotum, it consists of two important distinct parts. There is a dichotomous branch, a colorless parts which is lies in the soil, having a hair-like structure on them. A hair-like structure, that is the root fibrils. They are known as rhizome. From that rhizome, the aerial elongated structure, which is also dichotomously branched, which is green in color, having a small scaly leaves. So that aerial parts is nothing but stem. On that stem, it is also dichotomously branched. On that stem, there is a presence of small scaly leaves, which are non-green or thin one, but they are not a well-developed leaves. Along with this, the branches of these aerially growing stem is having a sporangia, which are grouped into 3 to 4. They are arranged in groups. They are known as synangium. So the important characteristics of xylotem is presence of a trilobed synangium. So this synangium contains round spores. When these spores falls on a suitable substratum, then there will be a beginning of gametophytic phase. So here in case of pteridophytic plants, for example in xylotem, whatever the plant body, whatever the thallus structures we are going to be study, which is differentiated into root, stem and leaf like structures, root, stem and leaf. So that is nothing but a sporophytic phase. And here, whatever the spores released by the sporophytic plants, when they falls on a suitable substratum, they germinates and gives rise to a heart-shaped structure, which is known as gametophyte. In case of Pteridophyta, the sporophytic phase and gametophytic phase are independent one. But in case of Bryophyta, the sporophytic phase is very short one and it is dependent on gametophytic phase. But in case of Pteridophyta, the sporophytic phase is well developed with a longer phase, independent one, and from that, whatever the spore released by the sporophytic plants after germination gives rise to gametophytic plants. That is the beginning of gametophytic phase. On that gametophytic phase, there is a development of Anthridium and Archegonium. So this is the difference between bryophytes and pteridophytes. So again, while there is a formation of male and female gametes, they fuse. There is a disintegration of gametophytic thallus, and from that zygote, again there is a development of sporophytic plants, which is differentiated into root, stem and leaf. So like this, the life cycle is going to be continuing in case of Pteridophyta. So after discussing, for example, I will draw the simple figure of xylotem. Here there is a rhizome like this. There is a scaly leaves. And here there is a formation of the xylem structure is synangium. So this is the rhizome, leaves, syzygium, this is the stem, and this is the dichotomous branching. So while explaining the external characteristics of xyloton, it is distinctly differentiated into two important parts. A part which grows in the soil is known as the rhizome, and from that rhizome the aerial parts which is differentiated, which is also dichotomously branched, and the stem, leaves, and we have to be explain the syzygium. The stem itself is green in color because it contains chlorophyll pigments and it meant for photosynthesis. So likewise, these three important things have to be mentioned here: rhizome, then aerial parts, syzygium, leaves, and dichotomous branching. So this is about external characteristics of xyloton. So now again you have to be discuss internally what are the different tissues of rhizome, stem, and leaves, and syzygium. You have to take a transverse section of rhizome and stem. Externally it is having epidermis. The cortex of rhizome and stem is made up of from 2 to 3 different types of tissues. Either it may be sclerenchymatous, cholenchymatous, or parenchymatous. It is depending upon the xerophytic nature of that particular plant's xerophytic nature. If it is more in xerophytic nature, most of the layers of cortex is made up of from sclerenchyma, cholenchyma, or parenchyma. So below the cortex there is the endodermis, and in that endodermis there is a presence of different types of steles in case of Pteridophyta. There is a stellar evolution is very complex one in case of Pteridophyta. So that is protostele, siphnostele, actinostele. So these are the protostele, siphnostele, actinostele. Proto means very simple one. So in some cases there is a star shape. The xylem is completely surrounded by phloem. Here there is no separate vascular bundles. As we know, in case of higher plants, that is gymnosperms, angiosperms, and dicotyledons, monocotyledons, we will find there is a presence of vascular bundles. But here the pteridophytic plants are very primitive one, where already I have mentioned that. So these are the first vascular plants on earth. Therefore the evolutionary evidences of stele will be observed only in Pteridophyta. Already this is a very primitive one. Therefore the stele of xyloton is protostele. You have to remember that such questions will be asked in examination as a MCQs. Protostele type of, what is meant by protostele, what is meant by siphnostele, what is meant by actinostele. You have to remember that one. What are the syzygium, what they contains, whether the dichotomous branching is there in a rhizome and stem. You have to remember all these things. So you have to be all these things you have to discuss, that is while taking the transverse section of rhizome, stem, and leaf. Here you have to remember protostele is a type of stele. Stele is protostele. So what is meant by protostele? Again you have to be remember that one. So rhizome, stem, and leaves. Internally you have to be described different layers. Then last one, in case of xyloton, the multiplication or reproduction, there is by formation of sporangium, they are formed in a group, therefore it is known as syzygium. And while taking the transverse section of syzygium or sporangium, what are the different layers of that sporangium or syzygium? They are trilobed in structure. In that there is a spore mother cells which undergo reduction cell division and produces haploid spores. These haploid spores, again by bursting the sporia syringia, releases when they fall on a suitable substratum, germinates and gives rise to gametophytic plants. So this much have to be explained here, and now separately you have to write down. So this is the sporophytic plant, sporophytic phase, then gametophytic phase. In gametophytic phase, you have to draw the figure of gametophytic plants, and on that how these male and female reproductive body, that is archegonium and antheridium, forms their structure in the formation of anthrozoids and egg, how the anthrozoid is formed, how the egg is formed, then their fusion or fertilization, from after fertilization zygote, and from that zygote how the sporophytic plants develops in case of Xylotum. So this must have to explain while explaining the life cycle of Xylotum. So today this much is sufficient. Tomorrow I am going to be dealing about gametophytic phase of Xylotum. Okay, thank you, one and all.